Good afternoon, English literature students. Today I'll be dealing with your poem, It is Needless to Ask of a Saint, the caste to which he belongs, written by Kabir Das. Now this particular poem is just written in one stanza, but it comprises lot of meaning. Now, first of all, Kabir Das, as you all people you are acquainted with his name. Now, he ranks among the world's greatest poets. In India, he is the most quoted author, with the exception of Tulsidas. Kabir has criticized perhaps all existing sects in India. All existing sects in India because he just believed in the goodness and the work of human beings, not all religious sects. Still, he is mentioned with respect even by the orthodox authors. Vaishnav, who is an author, who is a critic, Nabadas, in his Bhaktamal, that was written in 1585, in his own words to quote, he lived perhaps during 1398 to 1448. He is thought to have lived longer than 100 years. We are talking about Kabir Das. He had enormous influence on Indian philosophy and on Hindi poetry. His birth and death are surrounded by legends. He grew up in a Muslim weaver family, but some say he was really son of Brahmin widow, who was a widow, was adopted by a childless couple. When he died, his Hindu and Muslim followers started fighting about the last rites. The legend is that when they lifted the cloth covering his body, they found flowers instead. The Muslim followers buried their half and the Hindus cremated their half. In Maghar, his tomb and samadhi still stand side by side to unquote. Saint Kabir is one of the important figures of Indian society who played an important role in the social reformation of the Indian society. In the reformation of the Indian society, in the above poem, Kabir criticizes the mentality of the people who strengthened the caste system in the society. He was against the caste dominance and believed in an ideal society. As you already know, at that time, the upper class used to exploit the poor people on the basis of caste. So he was entirely against that. So, as we know, society is a civilized group which works for the common interest, but in case of the Indian society, the spirit of integrated society had vanished. Indian society was divided into different castes, creed, region, etc. The people of the society did not have equal rights. Then how could it be called an ideal society? And the same problems still in the 21st century, same problems are prevalent. Okay, so any politician, he fights on the basis in the name of religion. So the potential of the politician, it depends on the caste, on religion. So that is quite wrong. Okay, still we are having the same problems. 21st century is a century which stands for human rights and believes in the basic fundamental rights of human beings. It believes in the freedom and a secular India. This poem by Kabir Das has broken down the boundaries of casteism and all types of social evils. Though we have advanced in the field of IT sector and believe in women empowerment, still there are many remote places and a few villages where still higher or upper caste people, they exploit the poor people on the basis of caste and creed. So there are many atrocities and cases of violence against the marginalized and downtrodden people. So this poem is reformative in nature. I'll just read out the poem also for you, and compels us to think about the exploited and abandoned people of the society. It is a voice for a new social order which believes in equality and a peaceful society. So there is a message Administrator, academicians, politicians, and students, they have to pave a way for a peaceful society where all citizens are treated with respect and equality, and even you students can come forward towards this. Now, see, I'll just read out a stanza. It is needless to ask of a saint the caste to which he belongs, for the priest, the warrior, the tradesman, and all the 36 castes alike are seeking for God. Yes, everybody is seeking for God. If you are working, whether you are a Hindu, Muslim, Punjabi, Bengali, everybody, they all are working. And if you're working and you're from a different religion, but you all want to see God who stands for truth. Now, it is but folly to ask what the caste of a saint may be. Anybody could be a saint. So it is not necessary that, saint has to be from Brahmin caste. That is what is the message. The barber, even he could see God, the washerwoman and the carpenter. So here, few examples have been given to you. Even Raidas was a seeker after God. The Rishi Swapach was a tanner by caste, but he was also a great saint. So Hindus and Muslims. So at that time when he wrote Kabir Das, so there was a lot of rift between Hindus and Muslims. So just to in the society where there was so much of stress and tension on the basis of caste, so he has written to reform. So it was sort of a reformative measure. So the Rishi Swapach was a tanner by caste. Hindus and Muslims alike have achieved that end where remains no mark of distinction. Yes, he wants that it's not that Hindus have a different God and Muslims have a different God. If you are doing your job, if you are doing your job with purity, you are doing your job with morality, okay, if there is a tanner, okay, who is doing his job, so even he is a seeker after God, and so it is useless to ask of a saint. Saint here is very remarkable, because saint doesn't mean that you are wearing, robes, yellow robes, and you become a saint. No, from your heart you have to be a saint. You have to be pure by heart. Okay, so that is the message. So at present I end this lecture here, students. So tomorrow I shall be discussing few question answers related to the same poem. Thank you for your patience. Thank you so much.